Hi guys, welcome to the first ever Fresh Culture. I'm your host Phil Kenny.
And I'm Jess Barter, and in today's show we've got the fashion girls coming in to give us the latest trends of autumn to winter, as well as a film review of the brand new Taken 2, not to mention our tech guys will be giving us some reviews of the latest computer games.
Yes, but first up we have Alice, Sophie and Biber with the latest music. Girls?
Hi, I'm Alice and I'm here with this week's album reviews, the first of which is Mumford Sons' hotly anticipated Babel. After the success of their first album, Sigh No More, in 2009, this second album was definitely looking to be something pretty special this year. And it's only been out for 2 weeks and it's already become the fastest selling album of 2012 so far in the UK and the US. However, it's been criticised and praised on different notes. Some say that there's nothing new or special and that there's the same sort of songs that there were the first time round. No particular standout tracks like The Cave or Little Lion Man. However, there are some cracking ballads in there, such as Hopeless Wanderer with the beautiful piano melodies in the background, and Holland Road. And there's also more of Marcus Mumford's typical poetic Shakespearean lyrics, which are kind of a love-hate thing with some people. Also, some people have criticised them for not really changing their sound at all, because often some artists will, stick to what they're good at. And Mumford have definitely done this here, but others tend to change what they've done sometimes, like Muse have done with their new album. However, it is refreshing to hear an artist or a group remain the same with their sound and to remain consistent, particularly as Mumford Sons have quite a unique style. However, it's disappointing that they haven't really moved on or produced anything particularly new, so to speak. However, Babel should be given a second chance if you're turned off at first, because it is a beautiful album and you shouldn't really criticise a band for sticking to what they're good at. And you should definitely catch them live if you can. They're going on tour this year and they're in Cardiff playing at the Motorpoint Arena on the 13th of December.
I'm Sophie and I'm here with this week's live music review after having seen Maverick Sabre in the O2 Academy in Bristol on Friday. I've never seen the O2 in Bristol that packed, having been there a good half a dozen times, filled with people ranging from about 14 probably up to about 60. He came on, relaxed, chilled, just in jeans and a t-shirt, and instantly just commanded attention. The room was full of energy. Despite really quite mellow music, he created a huge amount of energy and ultimately commanded attention with just the most beautiful voice. He moved comfortably around the stage and sprinkled in a few covers, including Get Up, Stand Up by Bob Marley, Summer Breeze by the Isley Brothers, and mixed up one of his own songs with some dubstep. Towards the end, he pretended to leave, fooling absolutely nobody. They all stayed, and he came back and did an encore of I Need. I definitely recommend going to see him. It was absolutely fantastic, and no one was left unsatisfied.
Thank you, Sophie. Hi, my name is Viva, and I'm here with what's happening in Cardiff this week. So probably the biggest upcoming event is Soon Festival. That's gonna start on 18th of October and gonna last for 4 days. You're gonna see bands like Liars, John Grant, Drive the River, Gulp, and a lot of different artists. This is the biggest festival that is upcoming this week, and there's gonna be local, national, and international artists playing there. Thank you.
Thanks, Viva. Hi, we're the Fashion Girls. I'm Alice.
I'm Helen.
I'm Shaina.
And today we're going to talk to you about some of our favourite celebrities of the week. So first of all is Blake Lively.
Yeah, she's got a lovely oversized burgundy coat on. It's a very big trend for the moment.
I think it's going to be a huge hit for the students, and because Cardiff is it's going to be cold in December, in November, and it's going to be a huge hit then.
Okay, next up we've got another oversized outfit. We've got fern cotton and a big Aztec cardigan. I know you don't like this outfit so much.
I know, I'm not a huge fan of white cardigans, and it's not looking nice on her.
I think it kind of drowns her a bit, but she is allowed to at the moment considering she's pregnant.
Yeah.
Okay, and we've got Gillian Zinzer in a nice black biker jacket and a dipped hem skirt, which I love.
Another huge trend on its way. I think the leather jacket steals the show.
I think it's one of those classic wardrobe pieces, isn't it, that every student needs.
Still going strong this season.
Right.
It's good. And this is the same lady actually, just in a different jumper this time.
Yeah, bright Aztec print.
With hideous cardigan.
And finally, we've got a Baroque print dress here, which is a big big trend for this season, very glam.
And it's fairly affordable considering it's actually from Topshop.
A huge trend. Again, I love the embroidery dresses, and the cut is so nice. But I think the pumps are not nice. I think they should be another color. And what about the bag?
Yeah, I'm not like
Clashes
keen
a
on the
little
bag.
bit.
Yep.
Not quite right, I don't
It's
know.
not the perfect colour match. Thanks for that, fashion girls.
Okay, and up next we have the girls from film with a Taken 2 review. Can't wait to see what they thought of it.
Hi, my name's Emily.
Hi, I'm Virginia.
So we both went to see the new Taken 2 film. We had very mixed feelings about it. I loved it.
But I didn't like it.
I personally thought the film was full of some really good action shots. I thought it was quite thrilling. I honestly was sat on the edge of my seat for quite a lot of the film. But you...
However, I found it far too predictable how it was the first part, so I wasn't fan of it.
No. So the Taken 2 film obviously had a lot to live up to. It had some really high expectations. Problem was it didn't really meet them. It was quite a similar storyline, but this time Liam Neeson was taken.
The plot of this movie is quite plain, with no intrigue, too much action and a bit of cheap romance, basically. It's about the relatives of the bodies he had killed in the first movie, who now want revenge and try to kill him in Istanbul.
Yeah, the first half, I thought, kind of picked up the action, picked up the suspense of the movie, but then the second half dramatically let it down. It was like awful, wasn't it? Yeah. It just lent itself to some really cheap like cliches and was overly predictable.
Yeah, however, there were some action scenes that had amazing chases and well choreographed fights. However, this is actually the only good thing we can point out. In comparison with Taken 1, it has been a disappointment, because in Taken 1 there are some touching scenes, such as when he calls his daughter and he hears her being abducted. And the dreadful scream, that's really touching and moving, but in the second part we couldn't find any of that.
I think it's difficult though, because due to the high expectations, sequels never quite live up to them. And we have obviously some examples of some really bad films, some really bad sequels that we've got. I find that sometimes sequels, the producers and the directors just try and make money from the expectations of the first film, so they don't actually change like too much of the film, and it's just very predictable and very much so some really bad. You've got some examples of some really bad films, haven't you?
After asking some Cardiff University students, we have found out the worst sequels ever, and apparently they are Mean Girls 2, Grease 2, and Batman and Robin.
But there are obviously some good sequels out there. Obviously, from the students we asked, Godfather 2, what else have we got? Dark Knight and Spider-Man 2. So there's some good ones to look out for.
So overall, Taken 2 is worth to watch, but maybe you should wait till it's in DVD, so you save £6 in the cinema.
Cheers, girls. Thank you. A very interesting take on Taken 2.
And now, last but not least, we're going over to the tech guys for some computer game reviews.
Hi, I'm Michael Davidson.
And I'm Phil Ellis.
And we're the Fresh Culture Tech guys. Coming up first is Resident Evil 6.
Interesting.
Resident Evil 6 was released last week to mixed reviews. One of the most developed franchises in gaming, Resident Evil comprises countless titles, as well as a number of films and novels. The sixth entry to the main series sees a continuation of its survival horror legacy, with protagonists confronting a bioterrorist threat, as well as hordes of zombies. Unfortunately, reception hasn't been entirely positive, with Giant Bomb's Brad Shoemaker saying that it may be the most lavishly produced bad game in history.
Last year, FIFA 12 was released to critical acclaim and staggering commercial success, boasting a realistic feel like no other game on the market. This year's installment, FIFA 13, expands upon that theme with a few new features. First up is the inclusion of the matchday system, which alters the stats of teams and players according to how they're actually performing in real life. This also generates snippets of commentary relating to recent trends such as top goal scorers or player form.
Look at the goalkeeper here. My goodness, he's been playing well, Alan.
You can even load up real-world Barclays Premier League fixtures. But if you want to just keep it basic, all of this can be turned on or off at the push of a button. FIFA 13's biggest innovations can be found in the gameplay. Players no longer control and dribble with absolute perfection, occasionally fumbling the ball reminiscent of a pub team's centre-back in Sunday League. There are factors that contribute, of course, the rating of the player, the speed of the runner, and all of these impact the flow of each game in a unique way. Reviews for the game have been unanimously positive, with Metacritic scoring 90 out of 100 and praising the new technical implementations that elevate the franchise to a new level of realism. Alright, well that's all from us. Phil, back to you, Phil.
Cheers, guys. That was Fresh Culture.
Yeah, coming up next, we've got Gemma from Soon talking about this week's festival.
My name's Gemma White and I'm the event manager for Soon Festival. Soon is a new music festival that takes place in Cardiff every year. It's normally the third weekend of October, so it's happening this weekend, which is why I'm surrounded by boxes. And yeah, it's a 4-day festival that takes place in various venues around Cardiff, in the city centre, and it's all about promoting new and emerging artists, whether they're local Welsh acts or national acts or international acts. So yeah, it's taking place, starts this Thursday, running through until Sunday. We've got over 220 acts playing this year.